Alright guys, my name is Sutty and today I'm bringing you a review of 67018 in DB Schenker livery by Hornby. Start by having a look at the outer packaging. As you can see, this is brand new Hornby style packaging, which is very similar to Batman's packaging, as it contains the logo in a block of ice within a cardboard box within a cardboard outer sleeve. Also, you'll notice, which is a big upgrade from the old Hornby packaging, it's got some very nice images of the logo it contains on the front. And also on top, very nice, very big improvement from the older style packaging. If we spin the box around, you'll be able to see also, again like the Batman style packaging, it has a brief history of the logo, which is very nice. It's a good little read, it tells you quite a lot about the particular logo the box contains. And if we have a look at the end of the logo box, see the product information panel, you'll see that the product number for this logo is R3039 and it's DB Schenker Bobo Diesel Electric Class 67 named Keith Heller. Also, this Class 67 is DCC ready. Right, that's the outer packaging done. Let's get the box open and have a look at the main components inside it. And here is the packaging broken down into its main components. As you can see, there's a Class 67 in the block of ice. You can just about see it, the clear plastic sleeve which goes around the block of ice, the box in which the block of ice sits, and then the cardboard outer sleeve which goes around the box. Now, one point I will make, although this packaging is very similar to Batman style packaging, in my honest opinion it isn't as good. The plastic is very thin, the cardboard is very thin, and it's just nowhere near as good as what Batman's packaging is. I just don't feel it offers the same amount of protection to the logo. As you can see, the plastic is just so thin, flimsy. Same with the cardboard, the box, it's just not rigid, it's really rubbish. I honestly think they should have used a better quality cardboard and better quality plastic, should have made it thicker, because I don't think it'll give the same protection that the Batman packaging does. And also, in my opinion, I honestly prefer the old polystyrene trays which Hornby used to use. Although they're a bit shabby, a bit old, but I still feel it was better than what they've done with this. Although there's still room for improvement. If they use better quality cardboard, thicker plastic, then yeah, I think it would be better. But as it stands right now, no, it's just not quite as good as Batman's. Also within the pack, you get the logo, obviously, and this instruction sheet. Very generic Hornby instruction sheet. Tells you all the usual rubbish, how to run it in on the inside, how to take it apart, how to install a decoder, all the usual gump you'd expect, nothing special. Standard stuff really from Hornby. And also within the logo you get this accessory pack which I have opened, which contains all the vac pipes, air dams, spare coupling. And also unique to this 67, as I've said before, it's called Keith Heller. It does in fact come with two nameplates, which, if the camera can focus, there you go, you can just about see them. They are etched nameplates and they're very nice. Although, which is another very nice touch Hornby have done, it is already actually printed onto the side of the logo, the nameplates. So you do have the option of sticking them on or leaving them off, whichever you fancy. Right, that's the packaging sorted, and let's get her open and see what she's really like. Before we move on to the proper review of the logo, I'd like to share a fact or two with you about it. 67018 is named Keith Heller to honour the chief executive of DB Schenker. This took place on the 15th of January 2010 in a ceremony at the National Rail Museum in York, and that was in recognition of his 40 years service to the railway industry. Also, 67018 is painted in DB Schenker red with a large maple leaf, and that's to honour the fact that Keith Heller is from Canada. Right, on with the review. Here is this stunning logo in all her glory. Let's start by taking a look at this end first. As you can see from first glimpse, she's a very well detailed logo. Very true, very lifelike to the prototype on which she's based. And as standard, she comes fitted with the windscreen wipers, the lamp hook, and I believe they're called jumper cables. If in fact that's not the name for them, let me know. If it is, also let me know, be very grateful. Regarding the sign writing on the front of the loco. As you can see, she comes with a DB logo, overhead electrical cable warning signs. They're very well applied, very clear, very crisp. Also 67018 is very well applied, nice and easy to read. Moving on to this bit of text towards the bottom of the cab. If the camera focuses, you'll be able to read it. Sorry about that, trying to get it to focus. Can't really see that very clear, can't quite get the camera to capture it properly, to focus on it fully. So let's have one more go. There we go, I think that's the best I can do. But it says ensure coupler is in lock position before use. Also, as standard with newer Hornby models, get the camera to focus again. She comes fitted with sprung buffers. Bit wobbly though, which is not the greatest, but I'm sure it's fixable. As you can see, they're quite wobbly. It's not really a problem, but shouldn't really do that in the first place. Also, she comes fitted with illuminating lights. She has a white light formation for heading towards you and 2 red lights for when she's heading away from you. Regarding inner cab detail, she comes fitted with a seat and also some of the controls. Unfortunately, she has no painted controls, and also there is no driver, as with Batman models, which to be honest would be a great touch. I don't understand why Hornby don't do it. I don't imagine it'd cost much, but it'd be a very nice little touch to add to it. Moving on to the side of the loco, as you can see, as I've mentioned before, she is in fact named Keith Heller, and she does come provided with etched nameplates. A nice touch by Hornby is that they've printed the nameplate onto the loco already, so if you don't actually want to apply the nameplates, then you don't have to, you're not missing out on anything. Moving down a bit further, you can see the cab window, which is very nice flush glazing. The cab door has a nice handrail either side, nice door handle detail. Moving on to this nice grille. As you can see, it is in fact see-through. If I just move my hand on the other side of it, you can see it moving through. And also there is some engine detail on the inside of it as well, which you can see, which is a very nice touch. Hornby have really done a cracking job with this grille. It's very similar to what they've done on the Class 43 HST, but honestly in my opinion they've done it a little bit better this time. They've done a better job of it, putting the engine inside it. Moving along to the main logos on the side of the loco, you can see the Canadian maple leaf and also the DB Schenker livery, which is very well applied, very clear, very crisp, and also they've done a good job applying it to the surface. As with the 66 in the last review I did, it's a ridged surface and they've got it very flush, very clean and very well applied to the surface on which it's on. Moving along a bit further, you'll see we get to the other cab. Not much has changed from this cab to the last one, other than the fact instead of the nameplates it says 67018, and also there's a nice grey line that runs along the bottom of the loco. If we have a look at the undercarriage of the loco, the bogies are quite nice, very well moulded, quite a bit of detail. It's just a shame that they haven't picked any detail out in a different colour, but still it looks quite nice, just a shame they haven't done that. Moving along to the fuel tanks and battery boxes and cylinders. Again, quite plain, not a lot of detail applied to them, just the moulded detail, but they do look quite nice. And a nice touch is that the fuel tank is in fact made of metal and can be used to house a DCC sound speaker, which is a great touch, very innovative. Moving along, you can see a couple of cylinders under the loco, quite well detailed. Not that much to them because I imagine they're quite plain in real life, but nevertheless quite nice. Moving on to the second set of bogies, exactly the same as the first. A fair bit of moulded detail, but none actually picked out in colour, which is a shame. Move on, spin the loco around, have a look at the other cab. Pretty much identical, other than the fact that this comes fitted with a coupler, and also what I found quite strange, as with the other cab there's a nice DB logo smack bang in the middle of the front, whereas on this cab it's missing. Now I'm pretty sure the real 67 has it on both ends, but for some reason the model has missed it out, which is a bit of a mystery. Again, the inner cab detail is exactly the same. Moving along to the side, exactly the same detail. Only real difference on this side is that there's an extra grille towards one end. Now this isn't see-through, it's a moulded grille made of plastic, but a nice touch is that it's textured, which is very nice. Moving along again, sign writing on the side of the loco, very clear, very crisp, very well applied. Moving a bit further along, we get back to this nice grille that's see-through. You get to see exactly the same as you do on the other side of it, nice and see-through. Once again textured, and you can see the fake inner engine. Other cab end, exactly the same, instead of the nameplate 67018. Same detail on the doors, same handrail detail, same door handle detail. Same with the undercarriage of the model, grey stripe running the length of it. Same with the fuel tanks, battery boxes, cylinders. Again, same with the bogies on this side, no detail picked out, which is a bit of a shame, but still look very nice. Moving on to the roof, they captured the shape of the roof very well. It's not quite rounded, it's kind of shaped flat, if you can understand what I mean. It looks very nice. Moving along, they've done a cracking job on the exhaust. This is actually a separate fitted piece of plastic. It's not moulded, and it's also nice how they've done it in a different colour. Moving along, you can see some moulded hatches on the roof. Again, you can feel these textured and raised from the roof. A very nice touch. Moving on towards the other end, you can see this very nice grille. Now this is an etched grille, nice and textured, as you can probably hear. And also this is see-through, and you can see the engine, the top of the engine of which you could see through the side grills. Fantastic touch this, a very nice grille, kind of makes the model in a way. Back to the other cab end, exactly the same shape and detail, very nice. The only real issues that I've seen with this model is the fact that the exhaust is a little bit proud of the roof, which where on the real thing it isn't, it sits just below it. And also I believe it's the same for the grille, that's raised just a little bit too high compared to the real thing, but they're not really any problem if it bothers you that much. They are very fixable, it's just a case of taking the model apart and filing them down a bit and then reapplying them to the loco. It's not a big job, I believe. It's not something I'll do, it doesn't really bother me, but for those of you that it bothers, it's doable. They've done a fantastic job with the paint on this loco. They captured the DB Schenker red spot on. It's not too dark, and also it's not too light and pink. It looks fantastic. Although in the light I'm filming in, you're not quite capturing the redness of it. It does look darker than what it actually is. It's quite a bright red. It's very nice, very true, very like the prototype which is based. Overall, I'd give this model 9 out of 10. This is by far the finest Hornby model I own. It's an absolute masterpiece. And also one thing I've not mentioned yet, which I probably should, is the weight of this thing. I believe it weighs not far under a kilogram. It's a very, very heavy loco, and it has a lot of traction. You may have seen a couple of videos by Intercity82 about a Vitrain's Class 37 and how much that can haul. I believe this is a lot stronger. This is heavier, it's better made, and it's got a hell of a lot more traction. It's a fantastic model. As I've said, 9 out of 10. This model is absolutely fantastic. There is absolutely nothing really that I can actually say to point out that's wrong with it. She's perfect. Ideal for anyone who is into modern image, and also ideal for anyone who just likes to collect quality models. She's very high class and worth every penny I've paid for her. Overall, 9 out of 10. If you don't have one, go and get one. You should have one. Every layout needs it. It's absolutely fantastic.